Good evening, and welcome to Soothing Pod Sleep Stories. I am Laura, and if you are here today to listen to a dreamy story that will soothe you and comfort you, you are in the right place. Tonight, I will be your guide as we travel to the Pacific Ocean, in the tropical islands found in the Ring of Fire. Here, you will find a clustered archipelago of more than 7,000 islands. Of all those islands, only about 2,000 are inhabited. There are bigger cities, sprawling communities, and tinier villages. But the further south and deeper you go, you discover, tucked between mountain highlands and generations of traditions, simple local folk who do things just as they have been done for a long, long time. These beautiful enchanted islands are the perfect escape. When all you crave is the warm sun on your face, the wind in your hair, and perhaps a dip in a cool, invigorating lake. Away from the busy and noisy cities, you find islets where you'll hear only the caw of a bird or the rustling of palm branches. Would you like to come with me to explore? We are going to visit the elderly women who live in a place called Cotabato. They are better known as the Dreamweavers, and the creations that they magically weave with their steady fingers are what gives them this revered reputation. So, when you are relaxed, eyes closed, body resting on your bed or chair, we'll begin our story. Let's start by taking an easy breath in and an easy exhale out. Let all the tension of the day be tossed away as your body begins to sink deeper into a quiet state. Your journey begins at dawn, when the first rooster releases his crow. He sings of the breaking light, that glorious sunlight as it lifts over mountain peaks in the distance, growing brighter with each second. Following his call are more sounds of nature, the gentle rustling of the wind as it sails past and down drooping palms. You follow its flow and find it blowing to 7 waterfalls. Here, the splashing, singing water courses between cliffs, creating a rush of natural music as the water cascades down, 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 pouring into Lake Selaton. Not far from this lake is another, more well-known body of water called Lake Cebu, and it is here at sunrise that you might see a tiny canoe as it slices ripples through the water at dawn. 2 women navigate the boat, paddles in hand. This indigenous boat, called by locals Owong, is in fact a hollowed-out log. Using it, the indigenous Taboli folk glide gracefully through water gardens of lily pads, navigating through the ripples to reach their stilted homes. Or they may use the Owong boats to take their children to and from school, for here the paths are not just cement roads, but also snaking slivers of water going to and from the marketplace, the houses on stilts, or the hospitals and schools. One of the women motions to you as you stand on the banks of the river, inviting you to take her hand and step into the long boat. You might hesitate a bit, unsure of whether it will hold up your weight, or if you can even keep your balance. But her smile stirs your strength, and so you reach out and grasp her palm. Her hands close around yours, steady and sure. You lift one foot into the boat, and then the next, finding your balance and easing into a sitting position. The woman is still smiling. A crown of flowers and beads frame her face, accessorizing her long, flowing hair. She points a little towards the east of the river and looks to where her hands lead. She says nothing, but nods, her eyes still twinkling, and you assume she knows where she wants to guide you. You follow her lead, looking towards the now fully risen sun. She takes the long oar and pushes it against willing waters. The boat moves into an invisible path, not at all swaying like you assumed, but cutting a line so straight and determined. You are excited for this phase of the journey. As you leave the shore, little children come running, waving their hands and laughing joyfully. They are shirtless and barefoot, but undoubtedly happy. As they grow smaller in the distance, you enjoy the sights of lush, green growth, mangroves, more water lilies, and the occasional bird in flight. Looking down into the lake, you spy tilapia following your boat, and further out, you see that a lone fisherman on another long boat has also begun to reel in some catch. In about 20 minutes, you have reached another bank. The woman smiles at you to alight, and so you do, again, taking her hand for support. Climbing out of the boat, your feet settle onto long and untamed grass. The hill rises a little, but it is not too steep, and here too, another cheerful set of children greet you. They take your hands and laugh, while you follow their glee with an amused smile of your own. With a few steps, you reach another longhouse, this one raised on stilts. To enter, there is a little ladder carved of bamboo. You go up the steps carefully, ducking a little to enter the low opening. You know you are here to wait for Lang Dule, the famous Toboli Dreamweaver. In the bare longhouse, the only ornament inside is a backstrap weaving loom. It is also crafted of bamboo and wood. The only light filling the house comes from the sun. A couple of children follow you inside and take a seat on woven mats. There is no other furniture, no plastic chairs or tables. Everyone who enters sits in a cross-legged position on the floor. The children begin chatting in a low whisper. Soon, a hunched figure appears. You know it to be her, the famous Lang Dule, whom they say has been weaving at her loom ever since anyone in the village can remember. She is now famous around the world for her craft, and you have come to know her secrets. She presents you with a long piece of cloth. You hold your two palms outward and feel honoured to be feeling the cloth between your own fingers. For you have only heard of Tanalak before. This is your first time to see it with your own two eyes. It is amazing, just as you imagined it might be. Woven threads glisten in a beautiful array of intricate designs. Its colours are bold, black, red, and golden. I started dreaming of the designs when I was 12 years old. The old white-haired woman finally speaks. I kept on dreaming, so I wove even more. Lang Dule speaks slowly, as if easing out of subconsciousness every now and then. And yet, her gaze remains alert as she winks at you, and I never forget my dreams. You are then told that this longhouse, where she sits every day, crafting those designs she has dreamt about. You see, it is the spirit of a Baka who speaks to me, she whispers, letting you in on a treasured secret. Fudalu. Fudalu, you wonder? Yes, Fudalu, Lang Dule repeats again. The spirit of a Baka. She shows me the patterns while I sleep. A Baka, or banana hemp, is grown widely in the Philippines. Its high-quality fibre is sturdy and has long been used to make local goods, including furniture, house items, and clothing. Up until now, you have seen the hemp plant, but never associated it with something more dimensional or dreamy. Lang Dule holds up one of her 3-meter Tanalik cloths, and you take a closer look. Woven strands, when held together, create a beautiful work of art. You feel blessed and honoured to see the art with your own eyes today. How long did it take you to complete this one? You ask, intrigued. Oh, about 4 months, she answers. Would you like to have a go at the hemp? The aging Lang Dule shows you how to sit so that you are sturdy, facing the loom. She places the fibres where they should go and guides your fingers to imitate the patterns she has already started on the cloth. Do you see? She asks. This pattern right here represents the bubbles of the sea, and here, the shield of a warrior. Whatever I see in my dreams is what inspires me. But how do you make the threads so shiny afterwards? You want to know. Lang Dule places a smooth, cowrie shell in your hand. One side of its body is speckled and gleaming. The flatter side she holds down firmly on the cloth and makes a smooth yet firm ironing motion with her hand. With this, she explains, the shell makes all the threads shine. You proceed to ask her about her colour choices and their meanings. And instead of being disturbed by your many questions or inquiries, she is happy to explain. The geometrical designs represent Taboli traditions. She tells you, the colours are not just chosen randomly, they are all significant. Red for bravery, commitment and love, and black for the people's struggles. Once designed in her dreams, the job is continued on this loom. Then the cloth is woven into wall hangings, clothes, bags, or wallets. Hours later, any sunlight once streaming in through the window slats is gone. And now all you see of Lang Dule is the silvery outline of her aged body, sitting still, like a fading remnant of the past. She places her hand on your shoulder and tells you she is happy for your company. You tell her how happy you are to have witnessed her working her craft, the way she has done day after day, year after year. leaning closer so that you can hear her low, sweet voice. She has one last admonition for you. I want to tell the young people, don't stop weaving. Besides driving economic growth, it's a skill we need to preserve. Don't let it die. And with that last sentence, she waves to her companions, asking them to prepare her bed to lie down on. Taking your cue, you lower your head in respect and tell her that you will now take your leave. She nods in understanding. Just as there is a time for the setting of the sun and the crowing of the rooster, so too is there a time and place and an end for everything. You walk back down the little bamboo steps, a summer evening breeze commanding you to stop and take it all in one last time. And so you do, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling one last time and exhaling all that good energy washing over you. A full moon glows, igniting this evening and reminding you that another day has come and gone. A few days later, back at home, you learn that the finesse of Lang Dule's craft has earned her the title of National Living Treasure. This is an award only given to national folk artists of the Philippines. Her works and others of the Dreamweavers of South Cotabato occupy an exhibition space in the National Museum in Manila. One day, you promise yourself, you will return to these enchanting islands, and when you do, perhaps her spirit, or even the spirit of a baka, Fudalu, will take a walk with you on Lake Cebu's shores one last time. I hope you enjoyed this trip to the tropics, and that you too will dream of visions only disclosed to those who know how to keep their beauty alive. Lang Dule passed away on April the 30th, 2015. The Lang Dule Tanalak Weaving Center in Lake Cebu, South Cotabato, is currently managed by her grandson. Perhaps one day we can visit the weaving center again together. But for now, for tonight, I leave you to sleep, to dream, to journey to quiet bliss. Good night. And I'll tell you another true story tomorrow, here on Soothing Pod.